Good morning, and happy to teach you the third poem, The Descent of Alette, today for you. And it's important for you to understand this poet because this poem is a little difficult for people to understand. So I hope you can focus on it and try to imagine whatever I tell you to or ask you to do. Because the descent of Alette and in that this little poem is the water, this collection of it's Descent of Alette is a collection of poem written by Alice Notley, and the water of the river is the title of this poem. And here Alice Notley is an American poet who was a vigorous woman for feminism, has written lots of books on this, around 25 books she has published for poetry and poetic criticism too. She has written a lot of poems. So here in this poem, The Descent of Alette, she wants you to imagine a lot or trying to understand how women are suffering. But it's very short poem anyway. But you must imagine, unless you have imagination, you cannot be a fine art student. So this poem is asking you to imagine a lot to understand this poem. And you can see this poem here. The water of the river was nil, temperature, the current, everything is within quotation in this poem. Now, this she has written her poems in spoken text. So within the quotes means somebody is speaking. A record of a registration of somebody has spoken these words. Now she brings all these spoken text together like a collage. Collage means bring things together and forming a fine art form or any kind of painting sometimes is done, sometimes arts objects are done through bringing of waste papers together and all that, or waste colors together, waste bottles together. That's called as collage. So she has brought down all the spoken text, registered spoken text together, and she writes her poems. So that is why it is within quotes, and that is the technique she follows. Like we saw it in Robert Browning, he follows the technique of uh, the dramatic monologue, as I explained to you in the earlier poem. Here she is following the spoken text and brings them together like a collage for us to understand this poem. So Alice Elizabeth Notley was born in November 1945. She's an American poet. Known for Disobedience, a Mark Poetry Project, Descent of Alette, Disobedience, Culture of One, Mysteries of Small Houses, her books, with the names of her books. In The Descent of Alette, Alice Notley presents a feministic epic. I told you, she was a woman, a brave woman who was fighting for women's rights. She wanted women to be free of this masculine world. She wants them to come out of their slavery and be a woman. That is what feminism is about. Feminism is not about a woman becoming a man. It is a woman becoming a woman with her rights is feminism. So, Descent of Alette, Alice Notley presents a feministic epic. It's a book where she is presenting how the women should come out of the world of the masculine or men. Masculine is men. A bold journey into the deeper rights, going into your mind. Alette, the narrator. The narrator's name is the Alette. The one who is speaking this poem is Alette. Finds herself underground, deep beneath the city. In this poem, the poet Alette is under the ground. In a subway, in a subtunnel, she is there where spirits and people ride endlessly on subways. So that in things she finds all kinds of spirits and all kinds of people riding with her, not allowed to live in the world above. Those people who are not living in the world above is what they, according to their own will and independence, are the people who are living under, trying to have their own imagination about the world, which the world does not know. So she brings in these women under the subway, traveling deeper and deeper. She's on a journey of continual transformation, encountering a series of figures and undergoing fragmentation and metamorphosis as she seeks to confront the tyrant and heal the world. Tyrant, who is this tyrant? She's now, as they swim, when we see the poem, as they swim, she keeps on, the Alette keeps on transforming. She keeps on changing. Suddenly people come out of her and there are women, so many women who are traveling around her. Then suddenly a cloud of poison comes out of her and then there's a tyrant, a cruel man, the subject called as man, the enemy called as man is there. And all these are happening when she's swimming under the ground, under the water running under the ground. She feels these people are not allowed to live above the world. Many are killed, many are made slaves. They're not allowed to be on their own. So I told you about the spoken text. Descent of Alette is contemporary feminist approach to the traditional mono ethic. This is a book, Descent of Alette, and we have just got one poem out of this book called as The Water. What makes this slightly different is the female as the hero and the man as the villain. Usually the hero is always a man. So here in feminism, in this book of feminism or in these poems of feminism, she has made the hero woman. She is poet Alice Notley. The book is divided into 4 books, each of which describes narratively state of a journey. So she writes in this poem, she writes about the world of feminism, how women are suffering in 4 different stages. In these stages, she uses different words, and the poem that we are studying, she uses what? The journey in the water, that is especially under the ground. So in the first book, we join our narrator in the subway underworld, reminiscent of Dante's Purgatory or that episode Doctor Who, where everyone is trapped in a tunnel driving around eternity. So in the first subway, in the underworld, there are many voices. At first, are all longing to ascend. All the women would really want to come out. Maybe we don't have in our imagination much because today we are allowed a little freedom. Those days when people were not, women were not given freedom, they were always asked to be at home, looking after the kids and looking after home and doing things from morning to evening, taking care of your husband, your wife, your children, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your sister-in-laws, everybody, or sometimes your brothers study and go, but you have to stay at home. All these were happening those days, but not much today. We don't face that. Some places they're still going on, but they are dulled beneath the weight of a larger communal tragedy, being trapped by a system that repeats oppression. So now they are not happy with this world. The struggle to escape is always there with all women. To ascend to the naturally elite world about consume, some who are forced to sell everything, not just the things of value, to the tyrant to escape. Sometimes people have to sacrifice a lot if they have to have their own lives. Women especially. So here she writes a poem. I've just given you a picture of the clear water running under the world, not above the world, in a tunnel. Just try to imagine. And here she says, she begins the poem, The Water, spoken text, and then she takes up off the river. So the water of the river here, as I've shown you, was mild temperature. Mild means it was not very cool or very chilly. It was temperature a little. So there's a little warm. The water was a little warm. The current gentle. So it was not flowing fastly, it was flowing slowly because the current was very gentle. I soon began, so I is Alette here. She soon began to swim. So since the water was warm and it was not running fast in this river, she wanted to have a nice swim in a moonless, starless darkness. So she wants to come or escape from a very cool darkness. There was no moon, there was no star, there was no hope, there was no future for her. Everything was dark around her because she was she was leading a very monotonous life. So she wanted to escape and she wanted to swim and get out in this mild world. The sky held no clouds, no luminous spheres existed there. When she looked up, she was under the tunnel, And now she looked up, there was no hope, there was no stars, there was no clouds to tell you, okay, I'm there, come on, swim. No, there was no clouds. Yet the sky was a sky, for the rivers was fresh and sweet. I began to swim, and I felt there must be a sky above me, even if I'm not going to see. And the river where I'm swimming, that is people with the people I'm going to live with, was fresh and sweet. I had a very different feeling of refreshment. They were very fresh, they were very sweet. I've been leading a very monotonous life as a woman. What a woman should do from the beginning to the end of her life, a child, as a girl teenager, as a girl, a woman to be, a lady to be married, and then marriage, and married life, and then become a mother, taking care of children, and then taking care as becoming a grandmother, taking care of your grandchildren. All this monotonous life stopped when I started swimming, and it was very fresh and sweet. So she was swimming. Then as I swam, the other I contained. My companions from the subway weightlessly emerged from me. So here she says, as I swam, there were so many women in my heart. I had the burden of many women being buried in slavery and being buried in a monotonous life, not having the freedom to swim their life, to escape. All these people were there in my heart. I'm sorry for giving you a man, but that's for a different lecture. So here she swam, but it was fresh and sweet. But what? There are many. So I was seeing so many people, so many women, and they all emerged from me. So all these women came within me, they were still, and all these womanly features came out from me weightlessly. So all of them came out. When they wanted to escape, all of us wanted to escape from this. Shadow like quickly solid body began to swim with me. So all these imaginative women, the problems of women, people suffering from all these people, when I started swimming, they all came and joined me, and they were swimming around me, and we were all swimming, and they began to swim with me. I never really saw their faces. We swam quietly, concentrating. We were enjoying the sweetness, the refreshment, the refreshed air. We were all swimming very quietly, silently, enjoying this thing, concentrating our emotions almost synchronized. So we were all, we were all enjoying some kind of, no, why need not get up at 6 and cook for him or cook for him? There were so many burdens, responsibilities, and monotonous things that we had to do from early morning to night, midnight. We just didn't have all this. So all those kinds of emotion of freedom, we were synchronizing them, we were putting them together, all our emotions, and we were swimming. In the distance set small yellow lights, where presumably the other shore lay partway across. So as we swam, we saw a in a small distant light, there was something that was going on somewhere. And as we swam, oh, there's something, a light, maybe a hope. She meant something kind of a hope for these ladies who were swimming the river, something else, a substance, a state of being. So I saw some kind of thing, hope was waiting for us on the other shore, a light, a thick, no, then she fell. Ah, a thick, noxious distress in the form of a grey cloud welled up within me and left my body from a point along my spine. When I saw that yellow light, I thought it was some kind of a hope, and suddenly some kind of obnoxious is poisonous, thick poisonous thing, a distress, the distress things that were distressing me, all those things that came from men that was distressing me, frustrating me, they all came out like a grey cloud. When I saw that there was a hope, all these thoughts came out of me. All these men are there. They will again make me a slave. They will again give me these kind of things. They will again do all these things to make me a slave. I'm not going to have my woman rights. So all this came out like a grey cloud, welled up within me. All these feelings were there within all of a women. Wow. Left my body from a point along my spine. You know what spine stands for? Spine stands for all kinds of courage. Courage is boldness. When you stand straight, you're bold. When you stand up, when you put up your head, you know, aha, I'm there. I can do anything for you. All this, well, now these things were putting down my spine. Now all these came out. And I saw the light. I knew I'm going back to the same place. There was all these poisonous things that was putting down my womanhood. So I should come out. The cloud, the grey cloud of my distress, hovered near us, and so we turned on to our backs to watch it. It was full of ghoulish faces, pho- phosphorescent, phosphorescent, death's heads. One skull grew large and open mouthed. It had long, glowing hair, screamed as if in terror, then spoke to me. We are dying. You're killing us. Killing us. The cloud exploded into the greenish flame, which was soon consumed by darkness. The cloud hovered. So the cloud was hovering around us. What was the cloud? Full of poisonous gas. It was watch it. All these words are put together. Oh, watch it. Come on, be careful. It was ghoulish faces. You've seen skeletons saying it's danger. That kind of further. And there was light like this, phosphorescent. They saw it and they were swimming in the cloud. He said, the yellow light is nothing but poisonous again. One skull grew large. One of those skulls from the faces grew big, telling me, wow, you're coming back to me. Where can you escape? And one hair screamed also as if in terror, then spoke to me. We are dying, you're killing us, killing us. The cloud exploded. So many, all those poison, when we were swimming, wanted to escape from those people. It became this poisonous distress, came out of us, exploded, and just like that vanished into greenish flame, which was soon consumed by darkness. Consumed by darkness means it was already dark. She said, no, when she began swimming, it was dark. These lights, all our distress flew away from us as we were trying to escape. We turned over and resumed our swimming. We looked back, we looked back, we saw those clouds, the skeletons, those ghoulish faces, the dangerous things, but we swam back, enjoying now, because all those things that was welled into our body, into our being now, it's gone out. All those poisons gone out when we started escaping. Now we went back and we know how to live as a woman. We were happily swimming back, resumed our swimming, and we started going and moving, progressing. So, so this poem, as I told you, they put down all. She has brought all those words from the spoken text already there, and she has put all those words together to bring this poem. And so this is the fine arts. And through this collage of those words, she's trying to tell you that how women suffered and how those sufferings are welled up into everybody's being. And once she starts to escape, these all and throws away, vomits away, or throws away all these feelings of these poisonous, obnoxious things that she has been welling into her body out, and all those explodes and gets away from her. She is now free to swim as a woman, and becoming a woman is something we have not enjoyed unless we become a woman. Sometimes, girls think, I have to become a man to become a woman. No. Sometimes we are not even proper woman. We are not given proper rights as a woman. We don't work like a woman. Always demanding, come on, equal rights, equal rights. But let us become women first and then become equal and demand our equal rights. Sometimes we have not become a woman, but we keep on demanding, okay, come on, do this, do that, do that. So that's not fair anyway. So this poem tells me, well, let's become a woman and with a feeling of freedom. Let's enjoy this world. I hope you understand this poem and enjoy this, every word in this. So you will become a woman at some point in your life. Thank you.